got awarded by UNICEF for its documentary. Yes. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Is the program just to help children without parents, or
Is a program?
the dreams programs?
Dream Corps program. Yes, I will talk about that later. It's just any comments and questions about the film if anyone has. Go ahead.
Does the Chinese government not pay for basic education?
They do. It's not they lack education. It's that they have schools to go to. In China right now, the 9-year primary education is guaranteed to every child.
So it's paid for?
They have financial aid, if you put it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of the kids that their parents left to like help fill the gap for
it's
what
a
they
policy that they guarantee every child, but it's another way of implementing it. How the money goes down to every single child is another question. Sometimes many rural places do not get the financial aid, and many children will have to depend on their parents. Yes?
I thought that China had a one-child policy, and yet a lot of these kids talked about their younger brother and sister.
Yes, this has two questions. One, in the film, when they talk about brothers and sisters, sometimes they refer as cousins. And also another situation in rural China is that the one-child policy is more carried out in urban areas than rural. And in rural places, because the very traditional boys are better than girls, so when they have girls, they always have another child. And the policy varies from different provinces and different villages, and also the question of regulating it.
And how did that young boy have all that money to go to the internet cafe? I don't understand that. If his family's so poor, how can he spend all this
Well,
money to the internet cafe?
the situation for this film, and especially that boy, is that the family are not too poor to support him and to go to school. The family are, it's sort of common general trend for their parents to go and work in the urban areas because they make a lot more money. And when the peasants, they work in urban areas and they found they make a lot more money, they stay there. And even though the money may be already enough for them to go to school, they do not intend to return, and that's the situation right now. Yes?
Some of the families take their children to the cities.
Yes, they do. And the problem with that is that the Chinese government has this 户口制度. It's a 户口 system. And basically it registers every family into their natural born places. And so the children who went with their parents into the cities is where they live in urban migrant communities, which Dream Corps is also working with. And the problem with that is that they cannot go and they do not have the benefits of the children who, they cannot go to the local schools there, and they cannot go have the benefits of the local people. And also the gap between the rich and poor have their lives very differently. Okay.
I want to say, the government support the primary school.
Mm-hmm.
So the students in the primary school are free, no pay.
No. It's not. The government guarantees it. Today, the government in the children in primary school are free.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed.
So many places.
Many places
Yeah.
are, but
In
many
China.
places are not.
Yeah.
Yes. The current situation that I saw in the villages I visited are that the school are still able to charge the students for what they call tuition others. So they want to charge, they still can charge for fees that school needs. And the government guarantees the school by guarantee the schooling by only providing financial aid to certain income families. So, but the line varies by different places, and the local government carries out differently. Yes.
So how long are the parents often gone for?
Normally, the projects for a migrant community, migrant worker varies from 1 month to half a year. And then the parents usually return actually this month during the Chinese New Year. And just in recent news that the snowstorm that hit China recently has this phenomenon that increased their children's, increase the problem's impact. And yesterday I just called back to the village in Henan, which I was a site director for. And I was talking to one of the children, and they cried in the phone telling me that they don't know where their parents are, and they couldn't get to hold their parents, and their parents should be home last week. So situation do happen, and we are just starting to look into that and hope to provide some assistance. Yes.
There's a documentary, it was mainly focusing on the children, but what about the grandparents and their roles? And does it address that at all?
This documentary doesn't address. From my personal volunteer experience, the grandparents have a very big generation gap between us, of course, and also the children. And also they get intimidated by us approaching them. And also they have their work. They have their work in the fields, so they work all day and they come back. And so they just have the children beside them, but they don't have time or know the knowledge how to take care of them. Okay. I just want to say that I hope, currently I will just talk about our program. Dream Corps has just launched our call of application to volunteer in rural China in summer 2008. There are handouts that in front of us here with details about the program if anyone is interested. And then later on the week after next week, we're going to have an info session about the program and have our past volunteers talk about our experiences. And in closing, I just want to say that I hope you will all join Dream Corps, both in our movement to promote awareness about rural China and also in our efforts here on campus to involve students to learn and take action on global development issues. We are students of the University of Virginia, have the power to change the world. And I invite you all to join Dream Corps. There's a sign-up list near the door that you can sign up if you like to get more information about us and also get involved in the campus events. And also there's a donation box if you would like to make some donations. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. This concludes tonight's documentary event. And now we will have our Chinese Corner program from CSSS, and where you can stay and learn